and the lanes should be a little difficult for them to get out from. But the moment you get out of these lanes, like this, the Mirana ultimate, this Solar Flare, plus Wind Ranger, plus Sniper, heroes are gonna melt. I think Lacoste talked about it as well. Like, you have so much burst damage, so it's on Liquid actually to come out of these lanes really well, have the Storm jumping the Sniper, jumping the Windrunner. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot about Mirana and the Solar Flare. It's been pretty strong in the past. Seen a couple Razors so far, but it's yet to get a win. 0-2 so far, and just not exactly performing the way these teams that are trying to pick it up and use it. It's just not like it's not looking like the Razor we've seen in the past, right?
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, this hero for me is good in specific situations, but at the moment he's not like my top tier safe laner or off laner even. You know, I don't see anyone fighting over a Razor in pubs, and that's pretty much how I gauge if a hero is strong at the moment or not. Of course, there isn't really too many tournaments going on, and people are still testing a lot of stuff in pubs. So let's see. The lane itself, like, is the reason why they picked it. You are playing this Razor plus Treant. There aren't many heroes that can defeat this lane.
Yeah, not exactly an easy lane to go up against, and we are taking a look over mid. Nisha against Lornoff here, and Lornoff, one of those players that I was really excited about when we were casting him, seeing him on Level Up. I was really excited, and now to see him on Aurora, he really seems to have found a home where he feels confident, and I just want to see what he does here against Nisha. It's not exactly the easiest matchup, but we'll have to see, especially with the static slide of the Storm, if it's going to be too overwhelming for him.
Yeah, it's one of... I think that's... Actually, you mentioned Level Up, and I think he was in Serbia, I'm not sure, in one of the cities, Belgrade or Novi Sad, and that's how he even got into SCA, because one of these teams was screaming in Serbia. So, yeah, a bit of a story of his travels. You don't necessarily see these CIS players get into SCA very often. What's happening on the safe lane, by the way?
Couldn't name many others that made it from SCA or from CIS to SCA, but
Screen.
now,
I think he did it like a long time ago.
Oh, on a team outside of Screen Squad?
Yeah. I think he did. I think he played in one team in his career that isn't Screen Squad.
Yeah, because the amount of iterations of Screen Squad I had seen casting JDL back in the day is many.
Yeah. A lot of different players, very good tier 1 players went through that.
Seeing Mickey here up against Jabs on this Kunkka. Lacoste was in. He thinks this hero Kunkka is gonna have a low win rate. Are you in the same thought process as him?
I'm not sure. Like, I've played a lot of games against him with Kunkka recently, and the hero doesn't necessarily look that weak. This might be a bad representative game. Jabs, top lane.
Yeah, he might just be dead, but that arrow from Q might save him if they just can't keep up. But Mickey and Insania are still there to get this kill, and they'll get first blood for the side of Team Liquid.
I feel like like I said, this might be a bad game to just make any conclusions of, because it's going to be really rough for him. You just don't want to be Kunkka in this game, and I guess what they have to do on top is start creep skipping. Like, Q needs to perhaps already think of maybe getting some creep waves behind the tier 1 tower.
They're looking for Ollie for a second, but also just trying to keep that Lotus possession in their hands, and Boxy's going to be the one who picks it up. Dark Willow was a very popular hero throughout the year, and still seeing it. I mean, the whole year around. There are not many heroes that hang on through multiple patches the way Dark Willow has.
Yeah, there were a couple this year, you know, like Pangolier perhaps. Literally played through 18 patches in a row. No matter what they do to him, the hero has to be broken. But yeah, overall, Dark Willow probably one of those position 4s that's more or less always in the meta. Like Dark Willow, Hoodwink as well for a really long time.
Yeah.
We'll see what Boxy can do on the Dark Willow. I do think that there are stronger heroes at the moment on position 4. It's just that a lot of them have been banned out as well.
Stupendous.
Yeah, definitely finding that a lot of drafts focus position 4s. A lot of these 4 heroes are making the difference in a lot of these fights, especially Dark Willow is one of them. Terrorize, Bramble Maze, very difficult to play around, especially in a team that might clump up too much and find themselves in a bad position. Say a good Bramble Maze comes out or they're hit by Terrorize. Gives them the opportunity to have a long duration static link or give the opportunity for Storm Spirit to ball lightning in. There's a lot here that kind of works in tandem together for the side of Team Liquid, but that being said, there's things that can really be put together well for the side of Aurora and their heroes as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Jabs in trouble again over top. He is getting body blocked here by Insania, but we'll get under the tower, so he will survive. Q now needing to run, but has 2 leap charges if need be.
Yeah, one thing that that Liquid do have is a lot of roots when you look at them. That's what you were talking about. Like, you have these Brambles, you have Insania with his Overgrowth as well.
Yep.
And heroes on the other side that don't necessarily like to play into a lot of roots. At the same time, though, not too many reliable stuns. Not too many ways of getting on top of targets and locking them down with a stun. So, yeah, we'll see if Aurora can abuse that fact.
Yeah, that's a good point, because if you don't have the lockdown to, say, be on top of 23 Savage on this Windrunner, then you could be asking for a lot of trouble and allow him to kind of output that damage, which maybe makes me think that he's the choice 1 target for 33 in his Doom.
Yeah. But, like, if you listen to the panel, like, they really, like, you could read it between the lines if you even had to go between the lines. They thought that Liquid probably have them out-drafted. And usually that goes back to, like, the playmakers. On one side you have this Sniper on mid lane, on the other you have Storm. Of course Nisha should have a better time rotating, creating space, right, than a Sniper. But, at the same time, I think the real playmaker here should be 23 Savage. Like, you have this Wind Ranger from the safe lane. Like, he should be the one rotating around and making space, creating stuff happen. He does have this Whirlwind facet. It is useful, even versus a Treant, so... Yeah, I'm thinking he's gonna be the one making all the rotations.
Shackle. As Ollie's right in the face of Boxy, they lay down the Brambles, and they've got these shards in front of him. Goes to the Snowball. That connects while Boxy's in the Shadow Realm, and 23 even walking forward to try and land a power shot and maybe get a kill, but doesn't land it, and we'll have to just back off. And you're talking about Sniper, you know, potentially losing this lane over mid, but he's 45 and 10 right now.
No. Like, there's no way he loses the lane.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mean that he's gonna lose the lane by any stretch. It's just about what you do after the lane is done. Because some heroes naturally like to rotate, right? And just have it easy because of built-in mobility spells, high nukes. Sniper, like, you can play him as a playmaker, but most of the time, this is what you're going for. 2 raid bands, you're getting your power threads, maybe a Dragon Lance afterwards. You know, you want to just sit back and enjoy your farm. Later on in the game, do you really bring the damage?
All right, I hear you. I understand you now. Taking a look, 1 Wisdom Rune apiece at the moment, and we have swapped over to the net worth, and it is that Razor. Top of the net worth, Mickey not really dealing with many problems in this lane, especially with the aggression that they put on a Jabs. Jabs, he's the one who's really struggling at the moment.
Yeah. What level is he? Not 6 yet?
No.
There is some...
4th of the way off.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, minute 8, he's played into Razor and Treant. Like, he's finding some farm, finding some XP. Mid lane.
Nisha was taking some damage, but now Ollie moving in, looking over to the Dark Willow. They go to the Brambles. Shards to block anybody from coming in, and if it were to be anybody, it would be Nisha with the ball lightning, but you really don't want to go in like that, and all of a sudden, Boxy, despite having the high ground, is the one who loses that fight. And
yeah,
loses his life.
Lorenov, man, like, he is very farmed at this point in the game. He's dealing some damage if you get to him. Like, have you seen the other, by the way, the other facets on Sniper? Like, I've seen a lot of support snipers, like, in pretty high-ranked games. Like, There are a couple of rank 200 sniper spammers on 4 top lane. Jabs.
They're looking over as Mickey is going to pop that ult, run down Jabs. Ollie pulling him in with the snowball. Lornoff's up here. They're going to try and get the kill on Mickey. They'll leap in Starstorm. They'll get the kill out of the Razor. Now they'll look for more.
Oh,
Ghost
man.
Ship comes across, and they don't even get the kill on a Jabs. He was quite low, but ends up surviving with the rotations coming through for the side of Aurora Gaming.
So many nice little things happened there. First, it was Liquid. Like, I'm gonna do a Kezu moment here. Like, who the hell fortified their creeps? That was so good because the fortification prevented Kunkka from getting 6 as they're diving him. That's the first thing. And then, of course, the Drinking Buddy snowball save on the Kunkka. And you know, I was talking about the sniper and how he likes to chill back and just hit people. This is perfect for him. They initiate on you, you don't have to make a play, you just TP under your tier 1 tower and you hit people. Perfect execution for them, and it wasn't really hard to execute.
Lornoff not afraid to take fights. When we saw him with level up, he was playing pucks and everything that just wants to jump in and go. Meanwhile, they are chasing Ollie, and they're not going to go and get this kill onto this Tusk, so soon it's going to be Q getting that level 6, having that solar flare available, and all of a sudden, these right clicks on Anisha, making him feel a little bit uncomfortable, but he survives it all. And you'll have the Walrus Punch as well. So
was that 3 hits, by the way? I'm sorry, Bicop. Was that 3 hits that brought him to half HP?
Yes, it was. Warnoff's putting in the little shots here and there. He knows he may not get the kill, but as long as he's safe, he's going to try and lower the HP a little bit, right?
But okay, now I've been completely advocating for Liquid and how they can jump people. But if this sniper is left unchecked, like it's only Storm that really does it. Like your Zoom is buying Midas. Treant isn't really gonna get his Blink Dagger fast. He needs like a shard and then a Blink Dark Willow as well. Razor is usually a hero that's far from the sniper, and snipers enjoy playing into Razor. Like, this could be one of those free sniper games.
So far, kind of looking like it. I know we're just 11 minutes in, but I feel what you're saying. He's top of the net worth, and it's a lead that is extending quite a bit. And compare him to Nisha, who's kind of there with the Kunkka, right? Not exactly looking too good.
He tried to make a couple of rotations. They didn't work out. He didn't die, but he didn't farm during that time. So let's see.
Real good read of the map there. Real good read of that situation. TPing away from a lot of these Liquid heroes who don't get their hands onto the Windrunner. They will get their hands onto the tier 1 tower though, so at least they get a little consolation prize.
By the way, can we talk about one item? Like,
Sure.
I didn't hear the panel mention it too much, but these arcane boots, man. Like, who was it? I think it was Jenkins that talked about items that are good in the meta and Greaves and stuff, and how they make the heroes broken, not necessarily the heroes themselves. Like, arcanes are built by Lina, by Windrunner, by almost any popular carry at the moment, and they just make your lane so much easier. You get them so damn fast after a couple of waves, and then suddenly your position 5 or 4, whatever, can just dominate, because he has infinite mana. This item is definitely something that needs to be looked into.
I definitely agree with that, because you see a lot of supports too also get arcane boots, and then you're just never like just the core alone getting the arcane boots, like you said, is enough.
I'm fine with supports. It was always a support or maybe offlane item, but the carry buying it, that's something is sus there. leave arcane boots to us at least, you know.
That makes me feel good to give mana, but when I'm receiving mana, it's like even better. My carry does care. Oh, big stacks being taken from both teams. McKay's got this blade mail. He's activated that to try and take this stack a little bit quicker. Meanwhile, 23 Savage over here with jabs to try and get the stacks themselves. Lornoff even shows up to take a couple of last hits.
It's a pretty good blade mail game, right? Like, you are playing this Razor who isn't necessarily always the tankiest, but you pick up the blade mail, you have something to deal with 23 Savage, with Sniper's damage as well. And basically, this is the name of the game for Liquid. What you want is you want these armor items that deal with snipers, with Wind Rangers. So you're gonna get armor or some damage blocking, right? Like you're gonna get Blade Mail on Razor and Doom. Yeah, of course, Crimson Guard queued up by 33.
33 wanting that Crimson. We'll see how quickly he gets it. Meanwhile, Lornoff finishing off a pretty early Hurricane Pike. He's got 21 charges as well. This kind of feels like a time maybe Aurora want to smoke and do just that. They kind of grouped up. They've got that Hurricane Pike ready for the sniper if he needs to kind of get out of some harm's way, out of some bad positioning. And wonder if we see them maybe get a catch onto Mickey, but he's deep inside the dire side in their jungle. Not really much to really look at here in terms of getting a kill with this smoke just yet. The only one who's potentially showing is 33 down bottom, but he's not an easy kill either.
Yeah, he's not super tanky at the moment, but he's still probably the tankiest on Liquid. And this is the kind of an issue that they've got. Like this smoke, if you're smoking with Wind Ranger, I think it's easier to invade the enemy jungle, the enemy side. If you smoke with this sniper, he's a honeypot. Like he has so much gold and net worth, you don't really want to go behind enemy lines with the jabs.
All Lightning, they're going for jabs. Ghost Ship coming through. He does not have any help at the moment, and let's see. All Lightning's away. Now the Tusk there to help. Has that Snowball, pulled him in with drinking buddies. Snowball's away, Jab's trying to get out, hit by the Terrorize, ends up falling, so they will get one, but there's Lornoff getting a kill, and there's your prime target for the Doom. They'll get it on a Lornoff. Now they've got the Electric Vortex to pull him in. The Overgrowth from Insania locking in 3 more of these heroes. They should be able to get Lornoff. They will. They'll find themselves Q as a third, and they'll chase after 23 Savage, who will win run and try to get away from this, but Nisha with his last bit of mana, Ball Lightning forward. They've got the vision. The chakra shot's not going to be enough, and 4 heroes are dead on the side of Aurora Gaming. Just like that, Liquid, they open the game up and they take advantage of a big move over bottom.
Damn, like even if they had some sort of an advantage, it's definitely gone right now. Like Team Liquid are in a comfortable place in this game, and it all comes down to being stretched out too thin. Like they went all the way to that Twin Gate, and not everyone was there. Like Windrunner was missing. Like your sniper has to go too deep. Like there are so many sides from which you can get attacked there. Let's say they take that fight in their triangle where they can set it up properly. It never looks like that, never. But if your Doom can get on top of sniper even without blink, like you're probably in a bad position to start it off with.
Liquid, just like that, they get themselves a little bit of a lead. 3,000 net worth ahead. Lornoff, he felt confident. He's got that farm. He felt himself doing good damage throughout the first 15 minutes of the game. But Aurora just, they ran out of steam.
You're still a sniper. You want to keep your high ground. You want to use your facet like this ghillie suit. You want to keep distance from the enemy heroes. I think what baited them the most is the fact that they committed on Kunkka, right? Like they committed on jabs a lot. So you see that, you're thinking, okay, if they used everything or a lot on Kunkka, we can take this fight, but yeah, they just got out of position.
Let's see how costly Doom on Sniper is going to be. My assumption was just throw it on 23 Savage, but when you see the Sniper, like you said, that honey pot, ready to just take all that honey away, and why not throw it on Lornoff and just get that kill?
Yeah, absolutely. Later on in the game, different targets might require Doom as well. Like someone like Kunkka even might be good, or Wind Ranger. But besides Doom, by the way, we talked about Blink Dagger. Look at Arculo, look at Boxy, like 1,400 gold already. He's going naked Blink, basically. Brown boots, magic wand, straight into Blink. And I like it because we talked how they need someone else to jump in with Storm, and he's gonna be the one.
Trying to find the positioning needed to throw a solid Terrorize maybe into some brambles. Because that's what kind of started it off, right? The Terrorize ends up getting the last little bit of control that they needed to get jabs. Also hit Lauren off. They were able to jump in a little bit further forward to make sure that they can lock onto those kills. So having that Blink Dagger soon enough, which now queued into a Smoke of Deceit, not on the Blink Dagger anymore for Boxy, but we know what he's going for. We'll see when he gets that, how much it's going to affect these fights even more for Aurora. That might make it more difficult for them. They're trying to farm their way towards the top of 23 as well as Lornoff, but it's not so easy. You know, you see Mirana on the lineup. Hey, if you haven't seen a little bit of Dota recently, you're thinking, all right, Moonlight Shadow and go fight. Well, he's got Solar Flare. It's not the same way.
Yeah, it isn't the same way, but it's also really damn good. Like,
oh, yeah.
Mirana has so much impact, especially now that you've got these two heroes that benefit from that ulti so much. Like, I've seen a lot of this SF plus Mirana as well combos, Dragonite plus Mirana, and these kind of heroes. I mean, they're literally, they just park their truck and they hit you. It's tower-esque heroes, and
yeah.
Sniper is probably the best at that.
And not as tall as a tower, but hits like one.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a small tower.
Alright, a little long duration arrow onto the Dark Willow, but no jump.
Shoot arrow, hit arrow, doesn't really matter because this Doom has a pipe, a Crimson Guard. On top of that, he's got living armor. Good luck taking that big boy down.
Yeah, 33 doing a little bit of his own Aurora gaming. So BKB for Razor. That's next on the docket after this Manta.
Are they gonna steal this? Like, they're aware. This is a smoke. This might be a good fight for Aurora.
They have to be willing to make that jump. They'll go to the Shackle, connects onto the back, onto the tree, and they'll go after this Razor. Mickey with a Blade Mail, though. 23 Savage is going to be dead first. They assassinate. They get the kill on Insania. They'll take out the Tree Protector. The Terra is going to be throwing that lens onto the Mirana as well as the Kunkka. The Ball Lightning in. The Doom onto this Lornoff Sniper. They get the kill there. That's 2 heroes dead. They didn't even get the Razor after all is said and done. They have the X. They have the Torrent, but 33, like you said, Wizard, he's tanky. The extended shards.
I mean,
it's still not enough.
Yeah, that was funny, I guess.
I can't do anything.
Well. Yeah, half of his HP is gone, and he managed to get away. Did they get at least they got the Tormy. The Tormentor goes to Oli, but that was such a... Let's not say bad fight for Aurora. Let's say just very good execution by Liquid. Storm Spirit jumped the backlines. He prevented them from even hitting the Razor, so it was literally only 23 Savage hitting him. And he was kind of hitting himself because he died from that Blade Mail. The Razor Blade Mail 5-head itemization. Definitely working out.
Yeah, it delays the BKB, but who needs it? You've got the Blade Mail. Helped him farm, it helped him win that fight. Mickey doesn't even die there. And they will get the kill on the Q. That is over mid. And we're starting to see what you kind of alluded to in the early game, right? Sniper wins the lane, but Nisha's the playmaker, and he's doing a lot of it.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of that, and I'm a little worried for Aurora right now because they should be shining in these fights.
Right.
I really think that this should have been their power spike because they need to fight before the BKBs are up on Liquid. You are playing with a Kunkka offlane. This hero falls off once BKB is hit. And if you look at Liquid, I believe all 3 cores should be buying them. Now, Storm Spirit is queuing up his one. He just needs like 500 gold. Razor, I believe he's got his BKB flying out to him. Maybe Doom won't get his, but, you know, he's unkillable anyway. He doesn't care too much.
So BKB is there now for the Razor, and it feels like with the net worth lead that they have right now, they're kind of free to get this Aegis and then fight on their time.
Yeah, pretty much. I feel like once you get this Aegis, you can even start pressuring things. There is one aspect of Aurora that's really strong, and that's high ground defense, right? Like you can hold your high ground pretty damn well with the snipers. So we'll see if maybe that's gonna be the play for them, but maybe I'm being too pessimistic. Maybe they can still take these fights head on.
It's always tough to go completely through to the high ground against the sniper, so we'll see how they approach it if they want to do so with this Aegis. They're still tier 2s though, so it's not even thinking high ground just yet.
Smoke up, they're going in. Usually you smoke up when someone takes this rush on. The first one, the second one, doesn't matter. You smoke up and you try to catch one of these stragglers. Heroes that didn't go back together with the team. Because while you're taking rush, what happens? Your lanes get pushed in, so someone needs to fix that. You see a carry TP out, then you strike and fight.
They've got the X, but again, can they get this kill? They'll go to the Terrorize. Yes, they will. No help from the side of Liquid. They let Mickey die. Thought maybe that X is just going to be a little bit of messing around, but they weren't playing.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get out. That Tormentor that Wally got, those ice shards, extra deep. Very nice.
Never really had a chance for the BKB either, and holds on to that 9-second BKB for what should be the next fight. But a really good job there, knowing the balance of everything for Aurora, right? Knowing that you've got all 5, even if it's just an innocuous arrow into an X, or X into an arrow, you still have Lornoff, who is spitting damage.
Yeah, he's still very damn strong. He is farming under vision. And they are collapsing. Look at Storm Spirit, look at Nisha. Oh, Lornoff. This might be bad.
Yeah. They're gonna ball lightning, and the jump forward, they've got the root, they'll have the damage, they'll get the kill, they'll even Doom jabs afterwards, because they have the damage to get the kill on Lornoff. Shards will keep Liquid away, but it's what we were talking about earlier too. Boxy's got that blink dagger, he's able to make a jump like that. He's the one who really initiates for him, and they get a kill onto the sniper.
Yep, the Brambles perhaps weren't fantastic, but yeah, you got the job done. The ward was really what made all that happen. The ward scouted sniper, and because they knew exactly where he was, they could set up the fight properly. Doom has been expanded though. So.
Yeah, but it's still tough to fight in even without the Doom being available. They've got a minute and a half to do so. Really, a minute 20 once Sniper is back up. They are going to lose this mid-tier 2 tower.
See, will he buy another Midas? What do you think? On Doom. I swear this is how the bugs began.
With just that facet?
Yeah, it broke Midas. He's bought and sold his, like, what, because of this facet, I think like 3-4 times already. Buys it,
it's good value.
It is, of course. Like, you can use it between items, and then when you get enough gold, just...
Need a neutral, buy a Midas. Sounds a bit ridiculous when you just say it as it is. Need a neutral, buy a Midas, you know, just casually. But then you do the trade-in, like we used to do with our physical copies of video games. Hey, how much can I get for this? We'll give you 90% for it. All right, I'll take it. Cash or credit?
Yeah, that didn't exist in Balkans. You go to the flea market, you buy like this CD that has 30 different pirated games. that's
all on one CD? That sounds like a deal.
Yeah, of course. Some of them are in some strange languages, but what can you can't choose. Q?
Yeah, and Ollie, actually. Q's gonna die here. They'll find Ollie, and now, drinking buddies down to the creeps, but can't escape.
Yeah, drinking buddies are amazing, by the way. It's a pretty cool facet.
After that kill, though, they're right back towards top. Look at this. They're right on a 23 Savage. They're going to throw the ghost ship out, but the ball lightning sticking with 23 Savage. He's got the BKB trying to run back to the base with a whirlwind. They'll get the kill. They'll look over jabs. They'll pop the blade mail, but 33 is going in. Look for the Doom. It was looking at Warnoff, who's trying to defend, but with this Crimson, his shots are doing no damage to the Doom. They'll take the Aegis out of the hands of Nisha, but he'll be full health, full mana, and Lornoff, you might even want to be careful about where you stand when he's back up. Instead, he'll ball lightning back towards the tower, and this is going to be a tier 3 in trouble.
Yeah, they just tried fighting without Mirana, without Tusk. Of course, it's not going to go that well for them. And Nisha, he actually just wanted to go in and die. He had this Aegis for 20 more seconds, and that's basically perfect usage of the Aegis. Let's see if Sniper can defend this. Doom is not online.
Yeah, the top set of racks. These right clicks are doing no damage to Doom.
Insania?
Insania is taking a lot more damage than the Doom is. Not sure he can match or mirror the positioning of 33 when he's doing that. But now it's a 16,000 net worth lead here for the side of Liquid. And
it's a good position to be in if you're a Liquid fan right now. Not so much for Aurora, but Lornoff is having so many issues.
Ball lightning Lornoff. Vortex drinking buddies pulling him in. They're going to try and get him out, but they've got the kill on Lornoff. He's dead for 60 seconds. They'll buyback. They'll follow it up with a kill on Ollie. They'll take out the Tusk, 2 dead on the side of Aurora. And back on the docket is the buildings and the objectives. How do you defend?
How to kill anyone? It's like you have these heroes that are supposed to be buffed up by Solar Flare, and they're supposed to be like just destroying instantly, eliminating one target, right? But you're playing into a Doom with a bazillion armor. You're playing into a Dark Willow with Shadow Realm. She doesn't care. Insania, living armor, and goes Invis. And Storm Spirit, you just don't have enough lockdown for him. So, yeah, it's really difficult position to be in.
You know, one team's working with real damage, and the other team's using nerf. And it's nothing, so they're gonna lose 23 Savage.
I'm going anywhere. Oh, wait.
And it's almost a 23,000 net worth lead for Liquid.
Is that the goal? Like, versus 23 is that?
You just want 23,000 net worth, and then you objective complete. You're good.
Yeah. The game default just ends right there.
I've seen it happen before.
Yeah, I don't even see what item really changes things here. Like, all the items that Aurora are buying are these items that are... They're not really items to deal damage or kill someone. They're more of the items that you need to even play the game. Like, Windrunner, Manta, okay, it's not bad on her, she's universal, but not necessarily the item that's the best for her. But you have to have it versus Treant. Sniper BKB as well.
They're looking over at Mickey, but the BKB is going to be popped here by the Razor. Nothing more doing for the side of Aurora. They thought that maybe they could have got Mickey there. It forced this BKB, but like you said, they're just lacking the damage.
Yeah, at this point, if you're Liquid, you have multiple options. You can wait for this Doom and just try to end the game with it. Or you can wait out the Aegis and go for it next. Because this last side is always the most difficult one to take. Let's see, smoke up, 23.
I'll search, but nothing showing up. Scan doesn't connect, and it might time where the last fight for Aurora is at the next Roche.
It's going to be a very hard one. Insania?
Wait, near Dust, they found him. Nikke even thinking about going in. He doesn't exactly have that BKB for another 30 seconds, but 33 with the Shivas. He'll pop that. They'll slow up Ollie. Ollie on the run. Static Link is there. Ollie pushing him back with a Psychic Headband, but now the ball landing in from Nisha. They're going to go and find their attention on the 23 Savage, as they will get that kill onto the Windrunner, go to the back lines, find themselves Q2 gone on the side of Aurora. And Team Liquid, even without the BKB on Mickey, they're just so far ahead where it doesn't quite matter.
And Insania is always happy to take these kind of ganks. Like, he tanks it, but his team, because of that, takes the fight and possibly now gets mega creeps as well.
Ball lightning all the way across to Lornoff. And he is so dead. They'll call GG, and Team Liquid with ease have won game number 1 over Aurora.
Right, it's not... what was that game, 21? like earlier today, it wasn't a stomp that was as hard. Yeah, definitely not a Herald hero. Puck, definitely one of those that's a little bit harder to execute with. Not really the easiest matchup as well into the Shaker. When it comes to everything else, like one of my main banned heroes, and if I could ban him 4 times, it would be him. It's Omni Knight. Like this guy, he just breaks the game. It's very easy to play him at the moment. Repel seems way too strong. Hammer of Purity dishes out way too much damage in the laning stage. However, at the same time, even though I do like this Omni and Morphling, on the other side you do have the Timber, and it's one of the heroes that can break that lane if they play the first couple of minutes properly.
30 seconds to battle.
So, see if there's any fights here before the Horn. Looks like Liquid might be setting up to make something happen.
You have Visage, right? Like you have Visage, you have this Death Toll. You want to fight. He instantly skills Soul Assumption. This is a hero that back in the day you'd think twice before skilling something over Grave Chill, but right now it's always Soul Assumption.
The battle
If they can catch anybody, they're gonna wrap around. Nisha's gonna be here, ready to go. Shards are in. Jabs is in trouble. The Soul Assumption, the Timber Chain up out of the high ground. And there is another Soul Assumption available, but Jabs doesn't end up dead. Foxy on the run. Run more right click to kill him, but instead, first blood goes to 33 as he takes out Ollie. He's now got to run, but the power shot almost took out Boxy in a collateral, but man,
Boxy?
he still needs to get out of here.
Yeah, cute. He does have that Acorn shot, but yeah, it wasn't that easy to use it this time around.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's not just off the trees just yet.
Yeah. Pretty good, by the way. Pretty good start for 33 for Liquid because he got that kill. He reset as well when it comes to his mana and HP. So even dying there isn't that bad because you can go back into the lane and then spam some more Soul Assumption. Of course, you buy a shit ton of mangoes. You buy 3, 4. You just make sure that you always have them ready and available to spam with. Yeah, we'll see how top goes, because 3 and 10 Wind Ranger as well are not that easy to be bullied out.
They're gonna try though. We'll try to use this Soul Assumption right now. 2 mangoes. There's another Soul Assumption, and
Never mind. It's easy. Never mind.
The bullying has commenced.
Yeah, 23.
20.
Swinging.
Yeah, you may not want to go that far. There's no more mangoes on the way, but still is 2 more. So we'll have to just kind of keep an eye on this Visage. Meanwhile, some of the other matchups we've seen so far is taking a look over bottom. Jabs and Q here is Insania starting with the Hammer of Purity as well as the Purification, going up against the Hoodwink with just that Acorn shot for the moment.
Yeah, like, speaking of Hoodwink, I do think that this is like my favorite hero into Visage as a position 4 into these kind of lineups is Jakiro. Like 5, that is. Like he's still kind of solid and just way too tanky. Soul Assumption doesn't do much to you, and then you have a lot of dots against the birds and him. However, Hoodwink is actually very good too later on. Like once you get Maelstrom, like 1 Acorn shot just deletes your birds. If you get 1 proc of Maelstrom, it just removes your armor and it removes your birds as well. So they definitely thought about this very well. And Jabs on Timber, I believe this was their 3rd pick. Like one of the reasons why this hero even got picked for them is you get a guy that can stand in front of towers and just be that statue that prevents you from taking objectives. And that's what you want to do if you're 33 and you want to take objectives.
And Lotus is going to be picked up by Boxy, so maybe more willing to go after both these heroes. Ollie took a lot of damage from that last Soul Assumption, but pops himself a salve. 33 now just has 3 charges on that wand, so the mana is out, but he is getting a Bastion on the way. Bottom lane. For the moment, it's Jabs at 11 and 2, doing all right, but Nikkei, he is 18 and 1.
Yeah, they cut down all of the trees, so it's not really that easy for Jabs to play on the left side. And Mickey, you know, just free farming. This is what I usually see on every Morphling in my games right now. And that's what you see with any carry right now with Omni Knight in the lane. You just get healed too much.
The sustain is really just that easy in a lane like this with this combo. Mid lane, I'm interested to see how Lornoff plays this game compared to the last, right? Like, Sniper's not that playmaker that Puck is by any means. So this is the hero that, if you're talking and you're a fan of Lornoff, this is the hero you brag about him with. I'm ready to see that proven.
Yeah, that's what I usually do. I brag to my mom about Lornoff. I go back home and I'm like, Mom,
This guy, Lornoff, you should see his Puck.
You should have seen his Puck, Mom.
It's what I aspire to be one day in Dota. And I look over at my left monitor and I see my Dota open and I'm like, Herald 3, what the hell?
That's not true.
It's not, but I'm just...
I mean, I have seen you in some Jenkins videos, but you're not Herald 3.
Oh, I'm in a video? Oh no.
23.
He's in some trouble. Soul Assumption ready to be thrown in a second, so he'll throw that over on Ollie, and ooh, Shaco keeps Ollie alive for the moment. The power shot comes in, but another Soul Assumption to get the kill. And that will be another death.
If you manage to live for one more second, nighttime hits and they lose the vision, so there's no Soul Assumption. It's always like that, right? Like, it's that 1 second. 1 second on a blink, 1 second until nighttime. Always a bit too late.
Why couldn't it have been just a second more of survival for Ollie there, but unfortunately not able to survive. Though 23 thought he saved him with that shackle shot. Mickey is still just free. Oy.
Was a nice shackle, but yeah, at least he didn't die, right? Like 23, he lives. And this is a point of the game in which you kind of get raindrops on everyone, so
yeah,
you should be able to lane a little bit nicer.
Keeping an eye on 33 because he has been a real nuisance, and it has allowed Tusk to come over towards mid. And Lornoff at level 6 dropped that Dream Coil, but nothing really doing. Able to get out of harm's way and also getting healed up just a little bit by Ollie with level 1 in the living armor.
Yeah, one good thing that Q has done is you have this Timber, right? Like, he's not having the best lane. He's actually not having a good lane at all. But you can at least stack up for someone if you can't pressure the Morphling Omni combo. And he did make a couple of stacks. Some Ancient, some Hard Camp, so maybe a recovery.
Well, the thing about the numbers, in terms of CS, it was 18 last hits to 11 last hits from Mickey to Jabs. And now Mickey is at 45, while Jabs has only gotten to 23. So it is really just turned into a Morphling-favored lane by leaps and bounds. And
yeah,
7-minute Wisdom Rune.
Stole it.
He's stolen. Ooh. And now Ollie and Q are here to just try and get this kill and get something out of this.
I see.
Purification in 9. Hammer of Purity, now 3 heroes here as he'll stand still knowing he's dead. He's hit that gate and can't get any further.
Yeah, still though, 2 Wisdom Runes. You'd give your life as a support always for that minute 7.
And to get that
Very
attention,
happy.
3 heroes.
Of course, 23 Savage now top lane, Nisha.
He's here. Yeah, they've got the shards to block in 23 Savage, the Drinking Buddies, the Shackle connects on a Boxy, but there's the Snowball pulling in Nisha. They'll get the kill on a 23, and that space, by having both supports over bottom to react to that Wisdom Rune take, allows them to get that kill on the 23 Savage.
Oh man, 33 and these Zoo heroes, he's always gonna find a way to sneak one in, you know, you get this Visage, he's 6 already. He will have that ulti now, and the lane becomes almost impossible for anyone to stand in.
It's rough out of the laning stage. A little bit different than what we saw from Aurora in game number 1, right? Like, Lornoff had a really good mid. This time around, you know, it's even. As they'll go to the Dream Coil, they'll try to get this kill on a Lornoff.
No damage.
And Isha just drops an Echo Slam and says, come for me, I'll come for you. And they get the double kill. They'll go for another. Ollie's in trouble. The Nature's Grass is down, but that doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah,
Well-
okay, both.
Just the simple pressing of R, or if your legacy key is something different. But Echo Slam's easy drop, easy double kill, easy 3 kills in total.
Dude, that was probably unexpected for Aurora, let's put it that way, but
It's
yeah,
pure
they-
cinema.
yeah, they tried a little bit too early. Like, they didn't have what it took to take down the Shaker. Between the puck and the Hoodwink, it's just not enough damage. Hoodwink, that's also a problem when you lose these Wisdom runes. I'm not sure if the supports would be 6 anyway, even with the Wisdom runes, but...
They're like, all right, Nisha, we got you. Dream Coil down. And then, oh my god. There's a lot of people happy out there just seeing Hoodwink's body fly away from that Echo Slam.
It's very satisfying. Like,
Oh,
Shaker,
100%.
Shaker is like 100% one of the most satisfying heroes to play right now. Like this slugger
going
passive
anywhere.
effect, it feels good.
Is there any chance we could just see the Hoodwink flying away again? Is that possible?
In slow motion.
Yeah, it's a little bit of slow motion would be nice. All the Hoodwinkators out there, we'd love to see it again.
All the jokes aside, I do think that Shaker is in a really good spot.
Yeah.
Like he's plaguing high-level pubs,
Oh.
and for a reason.
There we go. There it is.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh,
Oh.
and then just blown away.
She got wings, man. It's one of those flying squirrels, you know?
Yeah. Oh God, I love that.
Dire are scanning.
Thank you, production. You guys are great.
Yeah, like you attempt to salvage your game by going on this Shaker, and now what I expected from them is maybe to go on Visage, because they do have a lot of dots, and if Visage is, you know, maybe out of position trying to push top a little bit too hard, you can punish that, but soon it's gonna be too late. Like, he's almost completed the Solar Crest.
Oh boy. McKay still here, bottom, just free to do it, whatever they want. Maybe even looking to get a kill here. You've got Insania and Boxy level 6. If anybody shows up from Aurora and comes out a little bit too far, snowball in, a little drinking buddies action and a walrus punch with the backup and health of a Insania with purification. You're pretty much dead.
Yeah, gotta be careful when it comes to that lane. When it comes to another lane, the guy that just got a double kill, that sent Hoodwink flying, he's got Blink, 20 gold away. Like, your Shaker, minute 10, has Power Threads Blink. The map is completely open now, and you can basically set the Visage on this path of taking one tower after another, with just Nisha being nearby.
Aurora only has 2 kills right now. Their reactions to or movements really being
gonna
made
echo?
just-
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah,
he
he's gonna
is.
echo. All right. Stacks taken.
Stacks successfully echoed. Never mind. I have a Blink, guys, but you have to wait now 2 minutes.
Yeah. Is that the most efficient way to take stacks?
It's the fastest one I've ever seen, for sure. All the camps just disappeared.
I'm gonna look towards the top tier one. And Lornoff actually gonna see Nisha.
Bottom tower is under
But 23 staying here. They're not afraid at the moment.
I see you, Nisha. I see.
Well, good shards. Still leashed up, but there's the sharpshooter, the waning rift, and Lornoff's got a kill. Finally getting something out of that, but they do end up losing that top tier one. It is a 4,000 net worth lead for the side of Team Liquid as Nisha now picks up a shield rune.
Radiant's
Not going to
middle
be an
tower
easy
is
kill
under
by any
attack.
means if they do go for him.
At least they got the levels on Hoodwink, right? Like, you got that 6, but once you see this shield rune, you know he's an impossible kill, so...
Yeah.
And this defense of the tier 1 tower mid lane might be impossible as well. Like, your teammates are just not ready.
So They go from top to mid. They take both tier 1 towers. Nisha on his way to an Ags, and the entire time that they're moving around, Aurora is reacting, and this has just left a Morphling free down bottom. Has a Yasha, has a Vlad's, going into a Manta, just not touched at all. And now, ooh, Fissure just off the mark. But still gonna get all this farm up towards the top lane.
Yeah, it's your casual Morphling build where you want, like, you don't see Vlad's, I think, as much as before on him. But this Manta, of course, staple. And with the Vlad's, it's not only you, of course, Visage benefits a lot, the birds benefit from it. And as a team, you can start taking objectives or threatening tier 2s very soon. Like, the lanes for Aurora just had to go better. That's the issue. Like, right now, like, it's 7-3, only 10 kills in the game. But you can sense that Liquid are completely in control.
Yeah. And then going after this tier 2 tower almost feels like it's Liquid asking for Aurora to react. They're letting them take these towers, and yeah, Aurora's trying to farm back into the game. But this is kind of the question we had in the last game, right? Like, what item really brings them back in? They're not down by much at the moment, but we haven't really felt the possibilities just yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's a certain singular item at the moment. They just all need farm.
Yeah.
You know, they all need to get some levels. Like, your problem is Oli didn't even have level 6, you know, up to this point.
They've got the scan. Oh boy. 23, spotted, totem, and a Fissure with a soul assumption. The drinking buddies to the familiar. And that will allow them to get to Walrus Punch out and get that kill. They also get his courier.
They are smoked. They want to fight this, maybe.
Not having 23, and Echo wasn't even used in that situation. A little bit rough there. Repel going to be placed on Anisha. Anisha might be looking for his opportunity to jump back in and go to the Echo Slam. It lands on a 2. There's the Fissure. The Walrus Punch on Aurora. They get the kill on the puck. They'll look over at his Hoodwink. Sharpshooter to get away from the side of Team Liquid. They get the kill on the Boxy. They'll end up trading 1-for-1, at least in this engagement. But here comes Mickey. Here's the waveform over. The Timber changes. He morphs into the Timber Saw. They get the kill on Anisha. They'll take out a second, but they've got the adaptive strike. They've got the Morphling into a Timber that will take out the Timber with the help of 33. And they end up getting a couple, but it looked okay for Aurora.
Yeah, it looked all right, considering they didn't even have 23. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No Windrunner, they still took a decent fight. But that fight was almost perfect for Timbersaw. Like, he goes in, he manages to bring that all the heroes around him, together with all the trees that were around him, dishing out. And how much damage did he even deal? He dealt 2.5k damage that fight. So
Yeah.
quite a lot.
Couple of whirling deaths, especially in that situation, and you're gonna really do a lot there, so be able to take out this vision if they can get to it up in this jungle, as they've been playing aggressive for quite some time. But 23 comes over, protecting the information that they've got, at least for now. Just keeping an eye as Jab's hoping to get into this Crimson Guard. He's got Arcane Boots, the Kaya ready. You look over at Lornoff, he's going for a Blink Dagger. The fight went well. They definitely would have wished they had 23, but I could see the possibilities. You know, I was questioning it before that fight, but there was something shown there that is shining some light.
No, definitely. I do think that they have what it takes to take these fights. If they can somehow initiate on the right targets, like if you can silence, maybe blow up this Omni Knight from 100 to 0, your fight of course will be much easier.
Right.
And of course Timber is there to, you know, just dish out all the damage needed at the moment. He's the main one.
So again, the tier 2 just being attacked by these familiars. And maybe Aurora will look for an opportunity to fight. Once, I would say 23 gets this Gleipnir, but he wants Gleipnir BKB to feel more comfortable within these fights. It ain't that easy for him at the moment.
It's so difficult to defend versus this combo. Like, the main hero on Liquid right now is a bird. It's not even Visage, it's one of the birds. He's fine.
Nice.
He's gonna get away. Like, who you have to look out for is this little 33 bird familiar that's flying around him. Like this dead pigeon, whatever you want to call it, a gargoyle. Because it gets solar crested, and it also gets drinking buddies. And then it hits real damn hard.
Radiant's
That's the
bottom
main
tower
objective
is
taker
falling.
for them at the moment.
Now, earlier in the game, you were saying you'd like to see Hoodwink maybe get a Maelstrom, clears out that familiars, but for right now, for the Hoodwink, it's Arcane Boots Aetherlands. So,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that?
Yeah, he's going a bit more into, you know, the caster kind of a Hoodwink. Like you see some players, they tend to go for Gleipnir every game. Some other players, they go for the Aetherlands route. I'm not sure I like it as much in this game versus Visage, but we'll see.
Ollie. Scene 33 has that overgrowth available. That actually lands on a Boxy. Now they've got themselves the Hoodwink help, and they'll get the kill into 33. Insania's here. They'll go to the snowball. Nisha coming over. He's looking for that blink into the Echo Slam. He's going to throw it down. Looking over at Lornoff. Power shot. Not enough damage just yet to get the kill to Lornoff. Insania trying to help keep alive Nisha, but he jumped in between four heroes, hoping to land a good Echo Slam to get these kills. A Fissure down on a two. They'll lose this Earth Shaker there as well. And a Dream Coil going to be dropped by Lornoff to go after Insania's going to be pulled over towards Boxy with the Drinking Buddies, towards Mickey as well. They'll run, and maybe they'll look to react. Shards thrown over, 23 Savage in the face of Mickey. Jabs looking to be the tank in front. But they aren't committing just yet.
That's the Crimson Guard difference right there. Just completely changes the way the game's fight. The fight is fought.
And it starts with that Bushwhack, grabs two. Get the kill into 33. Echo Slam not as good as they would have hoped it would have been. Drinking Buddies on a Mickey, 33 back into this one. They'll go to the Walrus Punch. They've got themselves the silence on to Puck, and Warnoff's dead. Oh, there's the Ags now coming through from Nisha. The Fisher's going to be on a two of these heroes. 23 and Jabs are going to be in a little bit of trouble. They go to the Whirling Death as well as the Timber Chain away. But here's the Sharpshooter right into the face of Boxy. Drinking Buddies on to Mickey just once more. As it's a Timber Chaining. Gleipnir for 23 Savage, but do they have the damage to finish off these heroes? They're low, but not dead. Jabs is gone to the Walrus Punch, as well as the damage coming up from 33. The Adaptive Strike thrown on to 23 Savage. He's running, but Nisha's got that Fissure. He'll jump in with the Totem thanks to that Ags, and Mickey's got the kill on the Windrunner again.
Yeah,
So
this
it's
is
a long, drawn-out fight.
It's a long, drawn-out fight in which they're not assessing this Omni Knight problem.
Is under attack.
Like, he's just healing one hero after another. The gold change, of course, for Visage is amazing because he's just sitting there hitting soul assumptions one after another, getting a ton of gold from all the kills. And 33 almost died a couple of times. Timbersaw played that well, like Jabs was on top of him. However, it's like without Insania dying, probably no one else will as well. So you have to deal with him first.
It felt like Aurora, they wanted that tier 1. They really wanted to get something out of those kills. And it caused them to just stay a little bit too long, right? And Lornoff dies, yeah, you want to retreat on that, but the reaction's too instant from Liquid off that kill.
Are scanning.
It wasn't
Nisha
even...
jumps in.
Yeah, Nisha, he had the Aghanims before as well. Before that fight, in that fight, he managed to actually use it. It was a really good initiation from him, from like cutting off the backlines. But for Aurora, the position wasn't that bad. Like you were holding the high ground, you see everything. Your Timbersaw is jumping in, your Hoodwink can keep distance. It wasn't terrible, but it just wasn't enough for the Omni Knight heals. Gotta deal with it.
Tormentor. The next objective taken here by Team Liquid. That'll be a shard for Boxy. They're up 9,000 net worth, but again, this game more so than the last 9,000 net worth, it does feel like Aurora still have a puncher's chance. And the fights have been close, but when they're on Liquid's terms, it feels so much more one-sided.
Yeah, they definitely have the chance. All comes down to how they execute these team fights. Like you mentioned the Shaker and his Aghanims. Well, the BKBs are slowly but surely going to be there. No, not surely. Most likely they will be there for Aurora. 23 Savages pathway to his. Where it's going to become a little bit easier for him to just pop his ulti and go in front.
Right. And without having this BKB for 23, they kind of have to concede this Roche. Fighting into it, it just seems like it'll put you too far behind if you lose that fight. And it'll delay the BKB even longer.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, most likely one of those that you don't want to take. It's like this stock standard game where you're playing into Omni or Visage. If they have a good start, which they usually do, you are probably letting them take that first rush. Just can't contest it. One objective after another just builds up that network lead.
Speaking about net worth, Lornoff,
Radiant's
bottom of the
turret
course at the
has been
moment.
killed.
Not exactly getting much out of this game.
Yep. Puck as a hero had some love for top lane. They're hunting 23.
TP attempt, but the fissure's on the money. They've got these shards, they have the fissure, there's nowhere to go for 23. The snowball making sure they take no damage. And they will get this kill onto the Windrunner.
Secured.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 33 secures it with the bird stone form. But yeah, it's so easy for them right now. Without that BKB, like as a Windrunner, you can't really take any engagements, and apparently you can't escape as well.
Yeah, the shard's in the fissure there with the trees off to the side. He was unable to run anywhere.
Yeah, the Tusk fissure, not fissure, sorry, the Tusk ice shard with the shard, Aghanim shard that is a problem for Windranger because you have to run away all around to get out. It just steals a couple of seconds that are so necessary for you.
Has fallen.
Kanda, by the way, on Morphling already for quite some time. BKB next for him as well. He's got 3 more minutes to work with on the Aegis. First game, it looked like Aurora just didn't have a chance. The second one, they do have one, but they need to make a play very soon.
They'll try to make a play once they have this BKB, which was what 23 was trying to do up top. But he has to farm a little bit safer, a little bit further back, and hope that he doesn't get caught. With that being said, though, Nisha's kind of crawling his way up towards top, and so is Boxy again.
Why the Aghanims on Hoodwink, by the way? What do you think? Like, I'm trying to... Like, this is the standard, right? Like, some Aetherlands top lane, Dream Coil. That's just... Will he even survive? That's the question now.
He just has to avoid where Nisha jumps next, and yeah, he's fine. Yeah, I'm a little stumped on the Axe, because I kind of still agree I would have liked to see that Maelstrom for Hoodwink. They're lacking damage, and we've seen Hoodwinks in the past throw it out when they finally get that Maelstrom. Is 23. He goes from top to bottom running from heroes, but still on the run.
Radiant.
Yeah, maybe there's something about Omni Knight as well, and having some extra burst into him is always nice. Like, if you can think about it that way, like Puck jumps in and you just blow everything that you can into the Omni, and then you fight the fight afterwards.
Dire's bottom tower is
Then
under
it
attack.
might make sense. They do have a BKB now. It's completed on 23, flying out. Let's see if it's gonna be some instant smoke or not.
Fortunately, the same timing has been hit for Mickey, but it's not at the same net worths. That's for sure.
Dire's bottom tower is under
They
attack.
both get their BKBs, and they're gonna go. Nisha, though, hit by this Gleipnir, Drinking Buddy, Sharpshooter, thrown off into the distance, and now they won't have that for another 40 seconds.
Yeah, bot lane though. Morphling and Visage.
Shackle thrown out. Waveform all the way in. Mickey's gonna go through. They're gonna look over at Jabs, who's soaking a lot of this damage. They've got that ult coming out from this Omni Knight. They get the kill in a boxy. They're taking the Tusk. But with BKB pop by 23 Savage, he's on the run. not really using that to engage, not using it offensively, and this bushwhack as well as the acorn shot hits the familiars. All they get right now is this tusk though.
Yeah, let's see. Aegis, 30 seconds until it's reclaimed. It looks like Liquid will fall back. Aurora demonstrated how difficult it is to take that fight against them if you don't have the right initiation, and they definitely didn't this time around. They went on jabs. Like, that's probably one hero you're very unlikely to kill. Like, he's got Crimson, he's got Eternal Shroud. He's a Timber Saw after all, and killing him is unlikely.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Trying to defend these buildings. Bushwhack, sharpshooter coming through. Now they're in, but Mickey's here. Waveform forward, looking over at jabs again. Timber chain all the way back. Lightyear. It connects on a Mickey, but is he the one you want?
He lost the bird, and he lost the second one. Keep in mind, he doesn't have ulti anymore. He already resummoned them once. This will probably be an opportunity for Aurora. Okay, you lost the range racks, but maybe this is a smoke. Maybe this is a good time to smoke.
With the vision that they had and the info that was there for them on Nisha, I thought they were going to go that direction, but they kind of just walk out for free.
Dire are scanning.
They do have some good deep wards. The vision and info is there for Aurora, at least in some ways, which when you're locked into your base like this is usually not the case, right? Like, they've got 4 wards that are in some pretty decent positions.
Yeah,
they're gonna run out soon.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're very old wars that are like back from the past when they actually had a say in this game and they were on the map.
Yeah.
Even though it's honestly not that bad right now. Only top lane.
Nisha
Yeah.
might be in some trouble. Shackle connects. Gotta try and get this kill. Sharpshooter is there. They've got the root. The fissure lands, and now he's gonna be able to get the overgrowth out. They were waiting for that BKB. The Echo Slam's gonna be committed. The damage on Ali, and now they've got the help from Insania, who comes through. Silence up thanks to the waning rift, but do they have the damage to get the kill on Anisha as well as Insania on this Omni Knight? They're still chasing Nisha. The only one really chasing is Ali. They get the kill on Insania. They'll at least get themselves the Omni Knight. They'll look over at Boxy, who's gonna drinking buddies over to the familiar, but not gonna get himself far enough away from the side of Aurora. And they've got 2, but the one that they really wanted slips out of their hands.
So I think you're still very happy with this. Like, he popped his BKB, you killed the 2 supports. I really think you're happy with what just happened. You also demonstrated how strong your Timber Saw is. Jabs, of course, he got that double damage. He dealt the most. He got the double kill and he dealt the most damage in the fight. Like, I question now the ability of Liquid to actually take down Jabs once he gets the Shivas. He's not too far from it. Like, the birds. Yeah, the birds aren't touching him. It has to be Earthshaker and Morphling that control him.
So Gem now on Lornoff. And they're down here again. Ollie, he's the one who provided that vision to get that engagement started. Again, they didn't get Nisha, but I kind of agree. It's something. They're starting to look pretty good here and confident. They're only down 5,000 net worth.
Yeah, I think this Treant is probably one of the best heroes for competitive scene and one of the worst heroes for pubs. Like, you can set up so many things with Blink Shard if your team can understand how to play around you, which isn't really that easy to recreate. Just to be in the right position where you know someone is going to farm and then your teammates also connect. When you're behind, it's really difficult to do.
Oh, he's got this Blink Dagger, so he's able to position himself well for the overgrowth.
What we got on Shaker? Octarine as well? I think so, right?
Yeah. I think so as well. Yeah. So he's got that Octarine. He's also holding onto a gem. And they're going to go bot side as Roche potentially up, but as we know, because we could see it, 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's important for them to take the area first. You have the gem, you know it's not worth it, and then you can just wait out until Treant maybe, you know, like tries to sneak in. He's a good pick-off as well.
They're trying to force the hand of Aurora because they've got 23 up here top. They were pushing with the familiars.
And it's not that simple for him to connect. He needs to TP on top lane, and then use the twin gate.
Going to the outpost.
Okay. The fight isn't around Rosh Pit yet, so he
Yeah.
has time.
This is a big change from the last Roche as well, right? Because in the last Roche, Aurora weren't really willing to engage. They didn't have BKB on 23. They were behind about 9,000 net worth. Now it's a little bit more of a tighter game. You've got the BKB. You feel that Jabs is unkillable at this point. He's very tanky. And you've taken a couple of fights where they feel confident in going in. Yeah, they've got that Daedalus. They have that damage, but they're going to lose Q in a heartbeat. Late near used, but there's the drinking buddy. The Echo Slam out of the back lines. It's going to be on Aurora. They've got the Fisher to follow it up with the BKB being used. They get the Kona Boxy, but now the Whirlwind, it's on Anisha. They get the kill on the Earthshaker, and they're still looking to get this kill on the Jabs. But he's just too tanky. Walrus punches there. They find themselves Ollie. They'll get the Kona the Tree Protector. That's going to be a second one dead on the side of Aurora with the buyback being committed here by Boxy. They want more. Shards onto this Timber, but he's able to Timber chain out of them. And now they've got the Shackle Shot. They'll jump in with the Hex. Oh, they'll get the kill on Aurora. If they blow him up, they're going to buy back up on the Hoodwink as well as the Tree Protector. They're going to try and get the damage out here. The Guardian Angel's going to be onto the Morphling. They get the Kono Insanio. They get the Omni Knight. Down goes 33. And now it's just Mickey against the world. Looking over at 23 Savage. They get the kill to the Windrunner. It's going to be an Ultra kill here for this Morphling. It's Jabs, Ollie, as well as Q. All here to get this kill on a Mickey. They'll full team wipe Team Liquid, and Aurora coming roaring back into this game.
3 buybacks, including 1 dieback on Liquid. That's the task. Afterwards, what do they do? Like, do they go Rosh? Do they take the tier 2? They don't have Windrunner, they don't have Puck, so not a ton of damage. Can have, but man, that fight started actually very poorly for Liquid. Because
Yeah.
Shaker, like Nisha, he's zoned in on the puck. And it was a good attempt. Like, he jumps the puck, he catches him. But the problem is, Windranger popped the BKB and was just running in that... Look where Windrunner is going. She's just running in that direction. She wasn't running for the Shaker, but he appears next to her. And because of that, he just gets soloed by 23. Very difficult fight for Team Liquid, the way it started at least. They still managed to at least get an ultra kill on Morphling, but in the end it's Aurora that came out on top.
Yeah. And you talk about how he happens to be there with the Whirlwind, and we talked about the Daedalus just before that fight happens, and he has that damage to get that kill on Anisha. And you can just see the output that 23 Savage has in a fight like this. 33 melts like paper there.
Yeah, and that's the difference between the last game and this one when it comes to Windranger. In last game, you have to buy this Manta and BKB, like you have so many defensive items. Here, you just go Daedalus, and then this hero really shines, and you can see what Windranger can do and why she's banned or picked all the time.
Yeah. Now, all that being said, that win for Aurora, Roche is still Liquids.
Yeah, this is something that, yeah, they didn't... I'm not sure why not contest this at all. I guess because of the Hoodwink. Like, you lost the Hoodwink, you lost your position 4, and you aren't willing to take this engagement. Was she one of the heroes? She did buyback as well, right? Yeah. So it was a really long death timer for Q.
Yeah, Hoodwink bought back, and so did the trio. So Ollie and Q both buying back in that.
By the way, the Hoodwink queuing up a nullifier. They just recognized that, okay, we can't kill this Omni Knight, we need ways of dealing with his spells. Nullifier is one of those, but I have a feeling usually as Hoodwink, you don't get to use it very well. Not like some other heroes that get on top of you very easily, right? Like some melee cores or even these heroes with high mobility.
Now the thing is, they're going for the high ground. They've got this Aegis. Ooh, good spot for Boxy. He's trying to make a move. Drinking buddies all the way through the trees and will give up that positioning. Late near, Shackle coming in, but only hits the familiars. Are smoked up. They've got this Hex now onto Jabs. They had a Hex on 33. Fissure comes in. Jab's going to be stuck for the moment. Shackle flying out. And let's see. Can they make a move? The Aegis is still there. They've lost the tier 3. They've lost the range racks. It's not the worst thing in the world, but they're unable to react.
Yeah, they managed to kill the banner, and like it was. You could see what Jabs was thinking. I'm gonna use this Hex and just blow this Morphling up. Just go straight through him with a Timber Chain, with Whirling Death, but the Fissure instantly blocks that from happening. And this is Liquid. Like this is a team that really struggled with taking high ground long time ago. But they're doing it so damn well right now, and they have been for a year or two now. The positioning is just flawless. You saw Boxy in the trees on the north side. You have Shaker not committing, not doing anything, but just chilling and waiting for the Fissure to break any aggression.
And, you know, the Tusk not too afraid of being on top of the steps and in those trees, knowing that they've got Drinking Buddies, knowing that they've got Snowball and Blink Dagger. Like, there are a lot of options for this Tusk. And Drinking Buddies is a pretty neat spell. Hex onto the Morphling. They're going to go for the Shackle. They've got themselves the Bushwhack. They'll get the kill with the Sharpshooter. They'll take out Mickey. But now can they get the second? Nisha waiting for his moment to blink in an Echo Slam. These heroes aren't exactly converging together, though, on the side of Aurora. And now Lornoff throwing another Illusory Orb out there, but these familiars will drop down, heal up, and escape with the rest of Team Liquid.
Yeah, just as I praised them how good they are at taking high ground, they instantly get the Morphling blown up the way they wanted to blow him up the first time. Unfortunately, no saves in time from Liquid. But yeah, Aurora holding strong. They are still in this game. Like 2k difference is not really any sort of a lead at this point. Aghanim's completely done on Wind Ranger. We have this also on Puck, by the way. The good old Aeon Disc recipe. Nice. He's keeping it in case he gets hexed. Can save himself.
Everybody gets one, so he'll have that one pass with the Aeon Disc.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Farming up in a pretty aggressive spot, and Lornoff just trying to survive and feel a touch more relevant than he has in the past in this game.
He doesn't have a gem though. Even though he does have the Aeon Disc, he doesn't have a gem, and he's playing versus a Visage with an Aghanims.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. They lost it in that last fight, right? And I think it's sitting in the, sitting in the well.
Shaker, Tusk, they know.
Yeah, this is a problem. He does have that Aeon Disc, though. Whether or not he puts it together or needs to is the question, and he's keeping it locked, so Lornoff just gonna Illusory Orb and get away.
Yeah,
Getting closer and closer to 25, too, with that Dream Coil Pierce's debuff immunity.
Yeah, he doesn't need to use the Aeon Disc unless they commit completely on him, so they didn't catch him. It was fine, he got away. Also, he used so many orbs, like this Octarine Core is very annoying. He's just constantly using orbs to scout. Like you can see him farming with it, but also sending it in directions where he's at least thinks there's a chance that they come from.
Interesting look at Lornoff and the deep dive into his mind, but now Echo committed, still just keeping the Aeon Disc, not combined just yet. But there's the Hex, there's the Aeon Disc. It's gonna be combined, but they still kill him.
Yeah, like they had enough. It was literally all heroes hunting that poor Puck. Like he was farming in very, very aggressive positions for way too long.
Yeah.
Got punished for it.
Dire are
But that's
scanning.
something that you have to do as Puck. At this point in the game, at this stage, and that's the way you buy time for your teammates.
We'll say, unfortunately, that kill comes close to the base, and it might force the buyback of the Puck, but Aeon Disc is used there, and that you purchase that item specifically for a moment like that, and it doesn't work out.
It's always difficult when the lanes are pushing in and you die like that. Like, do you buy back now? Because these are megas. You're gonna have to.
Yeah, are you willing to go up against Megas, or are you willing to wait? 40 seconds, though, and they're going to TP back. Liquid 23, who will power shot. They're going to have to try and clean up. They don't have Echo Slam. They are going to buy back here. They'll go to the Drinking Buddies. They've got themselves Nisha with the BKB popping that fissure onto both Q as well as Ollie. They jump in. They've got the Hex. Look at do it again. A ward off. His buyback symbol's not even gone yet. Totem forward. They go to the Guardian Angel. They've got the break onto the Morphling, but it's not going to matter. Jabs onto the low ground. Now they're going to focus their attention onto this Timber. They go to the Echo Slam. They're going to have the Refresher. They've got the Walrus Punch on a Jab. They'll get the kill. He's got buyback. Dead for 90 seconds. He's going to be forced to use it. That's what he'll do. Ollie's got his as well. Man, this is a huge issue for the side of Aurora, who had brought the game all the way back from 9,000 down to 2,000, and it's back on up as they're looking to get mega creeps. They do not have Lord off. They're going to go in. They've got the Whirlwind, but now they've got the jump forward with this Snowball. They get the kill to Mickey. They'll take in the Morphling. He's going to buy back. The Sharpshooter lands on a 33. They've got the Shards as well as the Soul Assumption. There's the Shackle. The Totem. The Echo Slam's going to be a whip. Oh, no. Is it Nisha in trouble, or is it the side of Aurora? Because they lose 23. They'll lose Ollie. And this is looking like a full team wipe in the making for the side of Team Liquid, and a 2-0 victory if they can just clean up the rest. They don't have buyback. They get the kill to Q. They'll look over at Jabs, who gets back into the base. And the side of Liquid just clean up. There is nothing that the side of Aurora can do. GG is called. Liquid take the 2-0 as they fight on back, take the high ground, complete the team wipe. Yep, they do. And Liquid close it up.
Yeah, it's a